greedy. So it's natural for them to have this very greedy position 4 who can really roll out of control this game. Like Skyrat, TK, like, he can make the difference.
So what I think they should actually do, speaking of TK, I wouldn't be surprised if they started him down in the bottom side of the map instead of Red Panda to deal with Kaka.
I actually think Phoenix is better in that lane because of Fire Spirits. Like you can slow down JT. He doesn't get the bash of the deep because of the Fire Spirits, but maybe they can start as a tri lane as well. I'm not sure. I think you'd rather have TK top because then he can rotate down mid as well. You can leave the Spirit Breaker a little bit, rotate down mid, get a pick off.
That definitely makes sense. Does enable further movement down the stretch. So far, it doesn't seem like we're going to be having any smokes for the second game. Everybody just realizing that let's just rather save that gold, get the bounties, and kick off the game in that direction. Given that this was such an early Alchemist pick, do you feel that the draft of Aster.Aries, we haven't even spoken about it, have they positively addressed the Alchemist for you here?
I think they addressed the strategy that you usually play around the Alchemist. Ulu has to rage up, run away, yeah. I think they addressed the playstyle, and that's this... we're just gonna wait for Alchemist to get all his farm and then dominate the game. Because you're very strong early on Aries. As long as your lanes are going well, like you can just be a menace.
So bottom lane, it's gonna be part of the place where we see these lanes kick off. But this mid, you mentioned that's very even. We'll see how it breaks down. In the previous game, Paparazzi did manage to win a mid lane matchup that he was behind in terms of the favorability. The advantage certainly did not go in his direction, but he won the lane regardless. We'll see if he can do that again here. Red Panda might be first blood. Get caught by the Slithering Crush. Some right clicks from Kaka. And JT will draw first blood off of the Phoenix.
Yeah, nice little flame break there coming in clutch from Kaka. Like he uses the flame break to push him back into JT. JT uses Slithering Crush and they take down the Phoenix. This isn't the first blood that should be happening, by the way. I feel like Phoenix should be just fine trading hits with them, keeping his distance. But it happens.
It's gonna get JT off to an even better start than he envisioned. Now, once he hits level 2, that's when life starts to become a bit complicated for Ulu.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate for them because this lane for Lifestealer is difficult no matter what. Like, you're playing into Slardar, and now the Slardar gets a first blood. It's, yeah, it's gonna be rough. Top lane TK actually might drop
almost
as well.
Lost the life of this Skywrath Mage, and indeed we will. XG put DY on the map by killing off the Skywrath Mage on top. So that's 2 lanes where they brought down supports. Shang-Chi obviously not going to be able to farm all that well in the time period that TK is away, so XG, they are doing a really good job in these lanes, Lizard, and it worries me because I don't see Aster.Aries recovering if they don't have a solid early game. So this is a problem.
Yeah, both of their lanes kind of struggling. I guess the mid lane is even, and it will be your next WY to create a couple of these movements, bring them back into it, if it continues going this way. Like, XG definitely seem to know their lanes a little bit better. They always squeeze out an extra kill or two.
Getting more advantage than should, strictly speaking, be allowed. They keep getting it for themselves. So throughout the game, what do we want Ulu to build here on this Lifestealer as he starts to get stronger and stronger? As first we see a kill, maybe top lane. DY got charged by Shang-Chi, but they're too far away from TK to follow up with the Skywrath Mage.
He also went for the Leap and Starfall build, so he can just get away. I think it's very simple for Ulu. You just go for the phases, Armlet, maybe a Dezo afterwards. You just want to be as active as possible early on.
Certainly do not want to see them fall into this trap of farming one more item.
Oh, yeah.
The ways that we've seen Alchemist comprehensively dealt with in the past is generally you just completely outpace him. Mid lane, XWI, okay, they're still fine. He's underneath the tier 1 tower. Paparazzi's not going to dive him, so he should still be okay.
No, he's the one even aggressing. But there is a Mirana rotation with searing chains like this. Mirana is scouted out by the ward, so DY, it's a fun thing that you're trying to do here, but it's probably not going to work. However, you can control the runes at least. TK, TP's in.
He TP's in to get the silence out onto Paparazzi. He does have a magic stick, but here comes Kaka to render assistance as well with the flame break, forcing back XWI.
The party
and this Spirit falling so low. He has so much damage on him. So many dots, and they eventually bring him down. Paparazzi in a similar issue as well, though. These Fire Spirits doing quite a big number on him, but he's not going to die just yet. Red Panda, at the end of the Icarus dive, DY and Kaka decide to aggress onto him. Kaka really wants this chase. TK looking to try and bring down DY. Will be able to find him.
TK?
And at the exact same time, Red Panda also removed from play. TK, though, now playing 1v1 versus Kaka. And Kaka does have much stronger right clicks than you. You need to get yourself away from this area.
Yeah.
Fortunately for him, though, Kaka's out of mana, so I don't think he'll be able to find this kill.
Yeah, like he's not going to get this one. Paparazzi actually was connecting, but then decided, yeah, I have too many creeps on mid lane. I want to farm instead. So he moves back mid, Mirana TP's in, refills the bottle, and that was a crazy rotation by everyone. Literally all the supports going on the mid lane. 3 versus 3. Just the big old scuffle to get those minute 4 runes. I think that was more important for Aries, because they're kind of losing the lanes anyway. So at least make sure that your Storm is doing a bit better.
Storm Spirit will certainly need tools for recovery. On bottom, JT farming really well. We might see him try to go onto Shang-Chi top here. Nice little charge back will force... Oh no, he doesn't even self-stun. He throws out the stun, max duration. And Shang-Chi, because he charged backwards, he can't charge away. And he will end up dead as a result.
Kaka, they do manage to kill him down bottom, yeah. With the 2 supports. This is one of the things that you can do, right? Mid lane.
Mid lane, there should be some pressure onto XWI, but DY still doesn't have access to the Sacred Arrow.
Yeah.
So they are going to be lacking in the disable department. They can't keep XWI in place.
Yeah. The 2 supports on Aries have started rotating together. Can they get the Ember? No, but they can maybe secure the rune down bottom. Let's see. Storm should hit 6 very soon here.
Paparazzi. Actually, we'll find the DD taken away by TK.
Yeah.
This is a problem though, Liz. The fact that they can do this on the side of XG with only one of their supports being nearby. The other one is always either stacking or helping out bottom. But it feels like XWI needs both of them around him to feel fully safe right now.
Yeah, Ulu manages to rage before Flame Break connects. Because of that, he will survive. Mid lane Arrow.
Mid lane. We finally have Arrow online and DY will land it flush. Connecting onto XWI. They kill him off with the Starfall as well. Nice little pickup here in this mid lane.
Yeah, like the lanes on Aries, they're just fine. They're just trying everything to bring them back. Even at least, they're rotating the supports, they're rotating the supports bottom, they're controlling the runes, I think what they're doing is right. It's just that the Xtreme Gaming, they're just a little bit faster with everything they're doing. So by the time you react, it's already too late, and you already don't have advantages lanes. Like bottom lane Slardar, completely free farming versus Lifestealer. It's just one of those lanes that he can solo.
And sadly, Red Panda, it's not like Phoenix Lifestealer is a massive kill threat onto Slaughter.
Well,
in fact, they're going to kill Phoenix instead. Icarus dive just barely comes off for Red Panda.
Phoenix not the easiest hero to kill, at least, right? Like, you can go on him, he just dives away under the tower. Following him isn't that easy. But it doesn't matter. Like, this Slardar is going to have a Mask of Madness in a minute or 2. So, what are we waiting for? For Aster.Aries, I guess it's the Spirit Breaker, right? And the Storm.
Yeah. Spirit Breaker trying to get phase boots. Storm's actually going to jump in. They know that there's no more arrow, but I'm not sure if they had the damage to kill Paparazzi here. He's silenced up. They get off the Sunray. Papa zips away. And instead, XWI is the one that's very low. Kaka nearby, hoping to finish him off. Storm has no more mana left. He zipped into this Batrider. And now he gets brought down. Look at the jump back in by Paparazzi. He picked up an arcane rune, replenishes some of his spells. But he's being charged on at the moment.
I don't think that's
we'll see if the Spirit Breaker can find revenge. He cancels it. Yeah, he can't catch him.
That's just not a charge that you can do there. Yeah, the lanes are in a much rougher state than in game 1 for Aster.Aries. In that game one, at least they had the Magnus just free farming, right? This time around, none of their lanes are actually doing that well. Lifestealer is losing versus Slardar. On top lane, Spirit Breaker just isn't contesting Ghost. He's free farming. He isn't leaving the lane at all. And mid lane, well, mid lane. Paparazzi this time around 4.3k net worth versus 2.8k on Storm.
Demolition job being performed here by Papa. And Storm Spirit did rotate bottom door, hoping to try and catch off JT, but look how safely the Slaughter is playing.
TK mid.
He's not going to be caught. In the meantime, TK is the one in danger middle. He's been abandoned by the rest of his lineup, and you will end up dead. Paparazzi on a dominating streak. A 5k net worth lead. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is not the kind of game I wanted from Aster.Aries for game 2 here, Liz. I like the idea of being very brawly, very skirmish heavy. It suits their strengths, but if the lady phase is starting off like this, you'll never be strong enough to win a single brawl throughout the entire game.
Slowly snowballing out of control. Usually when this happens, what you should do is like get a numerical advantage, like just get like all 5 heroes on one side of the map and make a play. Perhaps towards the top, you can kill off the Alchemist maybe and take down the tier 1 tower. Or mid lane.
They'll try and make a play onto Paparazzi here, using the Moonlight Shadow, but they don't have enough damage. Papa's gonna be fine. Just gets away. Instead, an arrow connects onto XWI. Red Panda is very low. Doesn't have a supernova, so he needs to escape to the high ground. Kaka, just him and DY by themselves, zoning back 4 heroes from Aster.Aries.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to watch, Liz.
Yeah, they had Lasso there as well to use, but no one really to follow up on that. Ember was already in the base, so they couldn't get a kill. They are doing what we thought they would, though. Lifestealer, twin gating top, but they need more. Like these two, I don't think it's enough. Ulu shows himself. This is not gonna work.
Even though they don't have the damage, they also don't have the coordination to even think about finding that kill. So Ghost is A-OK. Backs off, continues farming. At the very least, they are bringing in some reinforcements here because they do need to start taking down some towers. Their map is going to start shrinking as JT now feels confident enough to post up at bottom. Mid lane is not going to last much longer. It's being sieged by Paparazzi right now. Your map control is dwindling very, very quickly if you just let it happen on the side of Aster.Aries.
Yep. Your mid lane taken down by what, 3 heroes? And even that is generous. I feel like Ember did it on his own. Your top lane move is happening, but I feel like it's just too late at this point. This is what I expected earlier, right? Like a Lifestealer twin gating and a smoke, but now it's too late.
Let's see what they get out of this, though, as they get themselves another strike hit onto Kaka, but Kaka's in an inadmissible area, so they can't chase him. Lasso thrown onto Ulu. So the primary target on XG turns into a killer for them as they bring down the Lifestealer. Arrow connected onto Red Panda, bringing him off as well. And they just very casually here, Liz, without even trying, zone back these heroes. XWI caught out with stuns, but they're not going to chase them all the way.
That's a Radiance completed, by the way, on Ghost. It's everything just coming together for Xtreme Gaming. Even if, by the way, that movement from Kaka was just pitch perfect. Moving across that little, whatever that is, canyon of crystals. Up and down, up and down. They just couldn't get to him. Charge, once again. Alchemist, though.
Alchemist is the one that's on the high ground, and if he dies, it's going to be a very big kill, and he will get brought down, taken away. JT also in the fray as Kaka surrounded by 4 heroes and should end up dead to this XWI Storm. No, Moonlight Shadow buys them space and time to escape. In the meantime, it's going to be the Spirit Breaker trying to charge through these heroes to survive. Will not be allowed to do so, as he will get brought out. XWI killed Kaka, but at what cost, as he is now isolated from the rest of his team. The arrow on cooldown for another second. DOI can't find the angle, and JT doesn't have blink just yet, so XWI allows to escape. Very big pickoff for them here on the high ground.
Yeah, very nicely done. The way they charged through the Alchemist and killed him off first. He's tanky, but he's not that tanky. He's got all of his gold in 1 Radiance, right? So with magic damage, he can definitely be brought down. Nicely done by Aries. Maybe a little bit too cocky from Xtreme Gaming to remain in that area without all of their spells. One big thing that they need is Red Panda 6. Like, this Phoenix is still not hitting level 6. Almost 14 minutes in the game. Meanwhile, Alchem is
no.
just farming up the juicy ancient stack.
They're going to try and make a move soon, it feels like, on Xtreme Gaming, because they just got a Maelstrom on Ember and a Blink Dagger on Slaughter. Mid lane, they're actually going for the Searing Chains arrow combo onto TK. They should be able to bring him down, and DY does get the final damage out of the Starstorm.
Yeah, the the Starstorm buffs seem very good. Like, the amount of damage that you're dealing is, like, it has always been great, but the fact that you can spam it all the time.
Yeah.
Kaka.
Don't you all feel that its radius is a bit too large as well? Ah, Kaka's dead. The question is, will he be the only one to die here? As Paparazzi coming through, and XWI actually spent a lot of HP during all of this, so Paparazzi kills him off with the Maelstrom. Unstoppable streak for the Ember.
Top lane.
Red Panda forced to pop a Supernova, and in the meantime up on top, JT falling very low, should end up dead here to the spells of TK. The charge though is going to be what brings him down. He thought he could escape, but the Spirit Cow says no.
Okay, so Xtreme Gaming showing that they're mortal as well. In this series at least, they're like, if they get in front and if they're having a really good time, they tend to perhaps do a little bit too much at times. Like, they're fighting 3 different fights on the map, right? So, of course, they're going to get punished. Spirit Breaker is a god of these skirmishes. Charges from one side to the other.
Only the wary might find it.
They did still get the Storm Spirit throughout all of this fracas though, which is a pretty big pickup. Now they're Moonlighting Shadow. They're thinking about going back in the opposite direction. Aster.Aries realize this is coming, and they will beat a very hasty retreat away from their own jungle.
Yeah, they don't have the egg. They do have Mystic Flare and Nether Strike now, so perhaps with the silence on Paparazzi, they could bring him down.
And speaking of the egg, don't you feel bad for Red Panda that the first time he's allowed to use that spell is just to keep his life alive? Feels bad.
I'm just happy he got to it, you know. He got level 6. Charge. They cancel it.
Oh, XWI, big jump in. Arrow will come through, split the needle, but the Searing Chains connect onto 2. XWI will die, so will TK. Ghost was channeling up the stun, hoping to catch somebody, but they've all already left the area. What was that jump from the Storm Spirit there, Liz?
It was huge miscommunication because Shanxi on the Spirit Breaker, he cancelled the charge. That's the thing. Like, he was supposed to be the one going in together with the Storm as they silenced the Ember. The plan was silence him, Nether Strike him, Mystic Flare him, and then Storm can do his stuff, right? But because the charge got cancelled, Storm just looks silly. He goes in and just dies.
Game is hard. Paparazzi wants to set up for a kill onto Red Panda. They do get off the Supernova though. XWI zipped in. They're not going to be able to find anybody just yet. Nether Strike will bring back DY after a successful charge. So the Mirana will end up taking a tumble. But DY will say to himself, oh wait, I died in exchange for Supernova? Worth, bro.
Yeah, Supernova and all 5 heroes going there. Literally every single member of Team Aries was there to kill off the Mirana. So if you're a support in general, you're happy with that. You'd be happier if you survived, of course, but still not bad. They have a blink on. Alchemist almost, the BKB completed. Slardar as well has a blink, and building towards that BKB. They're super ready. In a minute or two, Xtreme Gaming will be completely bossing this map.
Yep. Also about to get a 4-star for Kaka, so that's going to make it better for him as well. Picking up this Wisdom Rune for some bonus experience. There's a Wisdom Rune that's completely unchecked just yet from the side of Aster.Aries. And TK is heading over right now. Somebody needs to claim this.
Yeah, I feel like in general, you'd really like the Phoenix to get as many levels as possible. Like, he's the support that should be getting level 12 as quickly as possible, because it's just needed. You need to get higher levels on that egg. It's better than Mystic Flare being upped.
Both of them are level 8 right now for these Radiant supports. Level 10 for DY and Kaka on the side of Xtreme Gaming. Still, though, there's a lot of work for them to do. They've claimed tier 1s in middle and bottom, but they haven't claimed the Roche just yet. Tier 2s are still not yet on the menu. What's very scary for me, though, is the fact that Ghost So, you know, we were talking about how he wasn't that tanky in that last engagement. He has BKB now to protect him from the magic burst, and then he's going to get AC to protect him from the physical damage.
Yeah.
And then what? What do they do on the side of Aster to deal with this
Oh,
Alchemist?
look at this. Twin gate move. All of them.
Okay. they
Poor
found
Red Panda. He dives
He
out.
does chain away, but yeah, will still die. He doesn't have buyback either, so he can't necessarily defend this Aegis with his life.
This is going to be really quick. They have Corrosive Haze level 2. Now they'll use it, and this rush suddenly feels like butter. It just melts. Oh, will they try to fight instead first? Okay, okay. Moonlight Shadow.
All right. They have an Observer Ward in the lane itself. They did scout Ulu, but let's see if they can actually find him here. TK going to check with his life. His life will be forfeit. He does have, you know, very short respawn time, only 25 seconds. But I don't know if Roche will still be alive by the time he's back alive.
I think XG was just worried that they'll take a bigger fight, and maybe that's why they went out to get that pick off first. I'm not sure if it was more of a, gacha-oriented play or just a secured-based gaming. Like just make sure that nothing wrong happens. Smoke up, get a fight first, then go into the pit, because they definitely could have taken this rush without that pick off, right?
Definitely, definitely. Aster.Aries though, still gonna smoke up. Potentially look for a fight on the retreat here. We see the first infest here. XWI carrying some very precious cargo.
Mid lane.
And the charge onto Kaka. Yep, he's gonna be the priority target. Jumped on, killed off. And they want the tier 1 tower off the back of this. A creep wave is coming with the Siege Dragon as well, so it makes sense that they made this move when they did.
It might be a trade for the Tormentor. Right, tier 1 for Tormentor on the other side, yeah. That's how it looks like.
It's a bit unfortunate. Gonna end up losing out on the shards. So there'll be 2 shards then for XG. The first one goes towards the Morana, which is a pretty good.
Is it?
We see them actually charging top. They're going on to Slaughter here. Shang-Chi will also go through Ghost as well on the way, so they could potentially set up for a fight. Slaughter can't get off his first big spell. Nether Strike will send him back as well. Ghost goes in, BKB in the ultimate. Mystic Flare doesn't kill off DY just yet. He will finally die. Ghost now heading in onto XWI. Will be able to bring down the storm. And even though he dies, he does have an Aegis to come back for life number 2. And Ulu gonna be completely surrounded. Kaka even expends the full lasso onto him. They kill off TK in the meantime to make sure that Ulu is well and truly alone and isolated. Now he is dead. 4-4-1. Yeah, sure, they took the Aegis down in the meantime, but is it worth it here, Liz?
Probably not. Like, you lost all your 4 heroes. Spirit Breaker survives, but what happened to the egg? He didn't use egg there for some reason. Like, he was being hit, I saw, by the Alchemist. He got stunned by Alchemist as well.
Yeah.
Like, he dished out, basically Alchemist 100 to 0'd him, but it wasn't stun locked. Like, Red Panda actually had an opportunity there to use the egg. I guess he just decided that it's not good.
Might save it for this fight here, and he does pop the Supernova indeed. JT getting gone on by XWI, and the Mystic Flare with the right-click damage of the Storm does bring him down. Shang-Chi revealed through his Shadow Blade and will get killed off. Ghost jumping in after the Storm Spirit. Storm really trying to finish off Kaka, but the arrow connects onto XWI. He can't finish off Kaka, and he can't keep himself alive. Red Panda buys back into this fray as Ulu trying to charge in onto Ghost, but Ghost is at full HP. We've experienced 0 threat from this lifestealer.
Yeah, this is becoming really, really messy now from Aries. They're just trying, like, look, their lineup is made to fight at this point, but they're 20k behind. You're supposed to be maybe 6k behind, maybe not even behind if you took all of your fights properly, but at this point it's just looking really damn rough to play the tempo game when you're just not the one controlling the ball.
This is kind of a crazy situation to be in. 20k net worth lead
Kaka.
in 20 minutes. It's rough. Kaka, his death here will delay the game a little bit as it gives some gold back in the opposite direction. Ghost actually jumps in after the unstable concoction. They want to bring down Ulu and they will succeed. That was so heads up from Xtreme Gaming. They gambled that he wouldn't be able to rage through that. And the gamble is correct. He's already popped the rage earlier.
Yeah,
Big kill, big tier 2 as well.
Yeah, he didn't have that rage to actually get rid of the Alchemist stun. And obviously, when Slardar gets on top of you, you're done. You're gone. There is no escape. Meanwhile, Mirana DY, he actually has a gem now. All of these fights in which they managed to kill off Kaka, managed to kill off Slardar before, happened because of the nice set of wards that were on the triangle. But now you don't even have that to play with. DY with the gem will be deboarding the map. Like Aries, the kind of a lineup that they are, they really need vision. Like, you're pick-off oriented. You need vision to make those pick-offs. You need info, but yeah, now you won't have that either.
It's just become a very rough affair for them. The Spirit Breaker has been struggling to know who to charge, who to go on. They get another Aghanim shot for themselves, and this time it goes towards a JT. So now we have the upgraded Slithering Crush. He doesn't actually have to trigger the amp damage onto a target. Just hit the Ulu with a stun, and your job is done in the fight.
Yeah, I think they're so happy that he got it. Like, it's much, much better on him than on Bat or Mirana. Like, this is like one shard that you actually want to charge, bottom.
Yeah, they're going on to set Slaughter.
BKB,
they did
though.
trigger off the Sun Ray. There's a stun that goes back onto XWI. And the Storm Spirit just gets melted by these heroes. JT now trying to reach for more, finds Red Panda. And Red Panda does have Supernova, but doesn't want to have to trigger it off. And Ghost casually kills him with a swipe of his palm.
Honestly, like, this game feels very much over already. They might try for a little while longer, but this is a disaster. It's one of those games where the lineup of Xtreme Gaming has just came together in a perfect timing. I don't see you winning against an AC now with Slardar, Corrosive Haze, so much minus armor, Ember hitting you hard, all the BKBs are up. Maybe some...
Actually, how much armor do you lose? So it's -5 on the AC, and then it's a further -6 on the Acid Spray, and then Slaughter Ultimate will take away another -15. Okay, so -36 armor. Seems legit, seems fair.
Yeah, almost maximum.
Tier 2 tower getting sieged on right now in XG. So now start closing out the game. There is going to be a Roshan to play around in the next 2 minutes. Are they strong enough to just go straight up on the high ground right now?
I think so. They don't even need Aegis to do this. Just hit the high ground. You have to be careful about the egg a little bit, right? Like, the high ground defense is still there. Maybe some charge into Skyrat's ult.
Let's see what they've got right now on the side of Aster.Aries to defend this. And they actually do manage to get those very, very low, and they kill him off.
Nice.
The Alchemist is dead. 80 seconds, no buyback. His team just not there to help him in time.
Yeah, very nicely done by Aries. Good plays. Spirit Breaker's ulti, it bashes you, right? Like, it's a good stun, but it also dispositions you. So you get a little bit deeper, and there's just not enough saves on Xtreme Gaming. Instant smoke from Aries. I really like this. Punishing XG for trying to just easily break through the high ground that they did. Let's see if they can catch anyone.
Sadly, though, this goes back to what you were talking about before this push started. The fact that XG, off the back of this DY gem, have been controlling the vision all around the map. So Aster.Aries, despite this smoke being very good in principle, they don't have any targets to go on. They can't see anybody on the map. Ulu will pop his head underneath an observer ward here, feeling very confident in himself.
Yeah, Mirana ulti. What do you think? How much will his... basically, I have written them off already. I don't think this last pick-off changes way too much, but they did demonstrate that they can kill off the Alchemist, which is pretty good. They killed him off, by the way, only because the BKB came way too late. He ate that full Mystic Flare. There was nothing stopping it. They do get the pick-off on the Skyrat down bottom. What do you think? How much will the Axe change on Lifestealer? Like, that's what he's building into next.
I don't think it'll change that much, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think... We saw in that last fight, right? BKB is an issue, yes, on Alchemist, but I feel Lifestealer just needs damage. I don't know if just staying alive and being better at keeping the entire team alive is what the real problem is. Survivability, it is a problem. It's not the problem.
You can get into the Alchemist.
Ah, I see.
Hit him from the
They
inside.
just hit up the
yeah.
Alchemist. There we go.
Agent Hulu.
Agent Hulu. Looks like they want to smoke right now because they're gathering all of their forces within the base. They could potentially make a big move and try to stop XG before they take down this Roche. And the attempt is being started off by JT right now, so they have to hurry. There's a lot of minus armor that's happening. The Dire Scan connects flush, but XG, aware that the fight is coming, they smoke up themselves.
Yeah, they're
We're
doing
gonna have a massive clash here.
yeah, they're doing literally the same play once again. DY up front with that gem, ready to break the smoke, but Aries actually taking the long way around. Okay, I like this a lot. They also have this Aghanims on Spirit Breaker, so charging will be very quick as long as they can get some vision out. DY.
They have to go like right now. Charge goes in onto DY. Supernova does get popped and Ghosted Paparazzi immediately take out Red Panda. In the meantime, the rest of the fight looks like a disaster because Ulu gets last suit back. He's been damaged up. He's getting controlled and killed. So 2 heroes bursted down. XWY also in danger as he gets caught onto by JT. TK will not suffer a better fate himself. And as 4 heroes have been demolished here, they all have to retreat, or the only survivor has to retreat.
No, look at JT. Look at JT. He's already TP down
No
bottom.
way.
He's waiting for this charge.
He is not this smart, dude. Is JT this smart? It turns out he is. Gets the free vision, so Spirit Breaker, your Shadow Blade
to
cannot
God.
protect you. JT makes it a team wipe all across the map. They get the Aegis, they get the cheese, and most likely they get the game off of this.
Yeah, dude, he's just insane. He literally watched the Spirit Breakers charge from top lane. He realized that the only place he could charge to was bottom. He TPs back there, catches him. That was, yeah, that's one of those nice plays. You know, it's like, okay, good job. Then again,
So smart.
that top fight around the Roche pit again goes completely badly for Aries. They charge in way too deep on a Mirana that can leap out anyway. They can't take her down. The egg is way too deep. It's not on the high ground. So Alchemist, he can just pop his ulti, go ham.
After that fight, Dota Plus has gone all the way up until 99% win probability in favor of Xtreme Gaming. So, barring some kind of miracle, they should be able to close this one out. They haven't yet managed to claim a lane of racks, though, so still need a better way to leverage this net worth advantage onto the high ground. But this time they have the second life on the Alchemist, so he can post up and even sacrifice his first life. Or even better, they find Ulu! Oh no, worst case scenario if Lifestealer dies and he doesn't have buyback either. The fight's not done just yet as Red Panda. He does get off the Supernova, but it's too late to save Shang-Chi. And he doesn't get any fire spirits off of it, so he can't save himself. And that just turns into a GG call as Xtreme Gaming make this a 2-0 affair, taking down Aster.Aries with ease in Game 2.
This Game 2, they... Whew, the last Pixlardar.